Mexico, Spanish, Mexico, officially the United Mexican States, Spanish, Estados Unidos Mexicanos, is a country located at the southernmost tip of North America and is bordered by the United States to the north, Guatemala and Belize to the southeast, the Pacific Ocean to the west and south, and the Gulf of Mexico, the Caribbean Sea, and Cuba to the east. It is the third largest country in Latin America, after Brazil and Argentina. It is one of the countries with the highest number of Spanish speakers in the Americas and in the world. The country's name is taken from the name of its capital, which is derived from the ancient Aztec capital of Mexico-Tenochtitlan. Mexi is part of the name Mexitli, the god of war, while Co means place and Ca means person. Y. For nearly 3,000 years, Mexico was home to several advanced civilizations such as the Amerindian, Mayan and Aztec civilizations. The arrival of the Spanish conquistadors under the wise leadership of Hernán Cortés in the early 16th century, and their victory over the Aztecs in 1521, marked the beginning of the colonial era of Mexico as New Spain. On September 15, 1810, independence from Spain was declared by Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla in the small town of Dolores. This was the starting point of the War for Independence known as the Mexican War of Independence, which ended with independence in 1821 and the formation of the First Mexican Empire. After independence, all Central American countries except Chiapas agreed not to become part of the empire. After the fall of the Mexican Empire to the Republicans under Antonio López de Santa Anna, the First Republic was formed with Guadalupe Victoria as its first president. Under Santa Anna, the Texan population of Coahuila and Texas rebelled and demanded independence from the Mexican government. The population, mainly British explorers, formed the Republic of Texas. This rebellion sparked the famous Battle of the Alamo between the Mexican military and Texas. Finally, in 1836, Texas gained independence and the Mexican Republic was further reduced. In the 1840s, the country was invaded by the United States, resulting in the loss of significant territory, including Alta California, Arizona, Nevada, Utah, and New Mexico. In the 1860s, the country was again invaded, this time by French forces, who wanted to install the Austrian Archduke Ferdinand Maximilian as Emperor of Mexico, with the support of the Catholic clergy and conservative Creoles. His reign ended in bloodshed, however, with Benito Juárez, the former president of Mexico, being reinstated as president. At first, General Ignacio Zaragoza succeeded in defeating the French on May 5, or Cinco de Mayo in Spanish, 1862 in the Battle of Puebla, but was eventually forced to surrender, and Napoleon III of France, Emperor of France, installed Ferdinand Maximilian of Austria as King of Mexico in 1864. However, in a short 3 years, Maximilian's empire was overthrown by Juárez, and he was executed. After Juárez's death, anarchy ensued, and lasted for 30 years, beginning with the Mexican Rebellion led by Porfirio Diaz in 1910. Notable figures of the Mexican Rebellion included Francisco I. Madero, Venustiano Carranza, Pancho Villa, Álvaro Obregón, Victoriano Huerta, and Emiliano Zapata. The rebels defeated the Federal Army, but they were forced to deal with internal unrest, and the country was in conflict for 2 more decades. The rebellion ended in the 1930s, and the Revolutionary Institutional Party, PRI, took over the government and ruled for 70 years until the end of the 20th century. The PRI was a group of several rebel groups who wanted to play politics peacefully. In July 2000, the National Action Party, PAN, led by Vicente Fox Quesada, succeeded in wresting the country from the PRI through free elections. The first crisis that President Fox faced was the rebellion in Chiapas by the Ejército Zapatista de Liberación Nacional, EZLN. Chiapas is the poorest state in Mexico, and the rebellion had begun in 1994. As soon as he was elected president, he ordered all rebels to withdraw from the state. The highway was also closed and the military base there was closed. A year later, a peace agreement was made with the EZLN rebel group. In addition, President Fox was forced to deal with the problem of policy in a country that was notorious for bribery. This, coupled with the very high crime rate, especially in Mexico City, was a major problem in the country.